Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we escaped the Tartarus and made our way back into the land of Aldrich with a new party member, Guy Cecil. Luke also explored his fears about killing people and has resolved to fight on our journey, which is nice because, well, he's the main character. In this episode, I want to start by finishing off that side quest I mentioned last time. The guy that needed supplies to open up the gel shop, basically. Now, we did not have cotton in our inventory at the end of the last episode, so I did a little off-camera farming of the search point, and I finally got one. So, now we can go ahead and finish that off. Now, this gel shop that we are about to open up is the best in the game, so you definitely want to do this as soon as you can. Ah, I've been waiting for you. I can tell by the look on your face you must have done it. Yes. Alrighty, so just give them over and hold on just a minute and I'll mix it right up. Here we are, my special medicine. Make good use of it. We get a miracle gel, which is really, really good. It is far, far more worth than what we just gave him. Now I can open my shop, come by and take a look sometime. So, we might as well. And you notice, there's some really expensive stuff here. We can't afford pretty much any of this yet, but it is your best place for getting all of these goods. You can get them other places during the game, but they will cost you well, those already cost you a pretty penny. Those will cost you even more. A couple of things I will point out while we're in it. You got the holy bottle and the dark bottle there, and it pretty much does exactly what it says. If you want to drop your encounter rate, use a holy bottle. If you want to up your encounter rate, if you're grade grinding or if you need money, you can buy or you can use dark bottles to do it. This is your best place to pick them up. So I'm actually going to go ahead and grab a couple. I don't generally use them in my adventure very much at all, but it's good to have at least a couple of them on par, just if you need them. Alright, now that we've gotten that taken care of, let's head back into the main section of town, and our next destination is the Malkuth military base within St. Binah, which, well, is not very hard to find. Fortunately, it is actually right up here, so let's go ahead and go in.
I'm Colonel Jade Curtis, 3rd Division Malkuth Imperial Forces. May I speak with General Glenn McGovern?
Yes, sir. General McGovern is currently seeing a guest, so please wait inside.
Father, we've already been over this. Officially, the Oracle Knights are considered scorers. We can't restrict their actions without a direct order from His Imperial Majesty.
Enough! You know how terrible the hard war became with their involvement.
My apologies for interrupting.
Jade the Necromancer.
Oh, if it isn't Jade!
It's been a while, Field Marshal McGovern.
I'm retired now. There's no need for those formalities anymore. And what about you? Don't you think it's about time you accepted a promotion? Even at your age, you could have easily made Lieutenant General by now.
Oh, I don't know. I think I have my hands full just being a colonel.
Is Jade somebody important?
Sounds like it.
You and His Majesty go way back, don't you? Could you ask him to do something about the Oracle Knights?
I'm afraid they're after us. Once we leave the city, they should leave as well.
What's happened?
I'm afraid I can't tell you the details. I'm under direct orders from His Majesty. I'm sorry.
Colonel Curtis, what business brings you here?
Ah, yes, my apologies. Have you received any letters from a phone master guardian?
Ah, that. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we opened it to confirm the contents, for security reasons.
That's fine. There shouldn't be anything in there that would be a problem for you to see. It appears half of it is addressed to you. Here you are.
It's from Annis, right? I could see her writing Ion, but me?
Dearest Colonel Jade, I had a really scary time, but I managed to make it here. Don't worry, I'm taking good care of you-know-what. Aren't you proud of me? It looks like the Oracle Knights are going to close off St. Binah soon, so I'll go on ahead to the next location. Is my beloved Luke safe? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I just confessed my feelings. I'm really worried. Luke, I miss you so much. I can't wait to see you again. Oh, and give my regards to Ion, too. Bye-bye for now. Love, Annis.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Damn, Luke, popular enough with the girls? Just don't get carried away. You're engaged to Princess Natalia, you know.
You've gotta be kidding. I don't want anything to do with that annoying chick.
What's the next location?
Kaitzur. It's a city to the southwest of here, on the other side of the Fouburg River.
If we make it to Kaitzur, we can rendezvous with Van.
Van's there.
Hey, I don't know what happened between you two, but you're a sister, right? Don't go trying to slice them up like you did in Batical, okay?
I know. I won't.
Well then, we'll bid you our leave.
If the Oracle Knights are chasing you, I'll gladly lend a hand. I was elected by the city representatives here. Come by anytime you need help.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
Yay, we get the world map, woohoo! Now we can actually navigate around this place, which is very, very nice. Okay, so that pretty much wraps things up in here anyway, and that's about all we really need to do in this town to begin with. Now that we've taken care of opening up the gel shop, actually, correction, there is one last thing I want to do. That's head over back this way. This next little scene did not open up or does not open up until after you talk with Field Marshal McGovern, because you have to know who the guy is before you can really do this. So, let me head up this ladder here, which you might have noticed earlier, but now we actually have something to do with it. Go up here and head over to the edge and examine whatever that is.
What's this dirty thing?
Don't treat something like that when you don't even know whose it is.
This looks like it belongs to Field Marshal McGovern.
Oh, that old guy?
It looks like he's trying to solve the mysteries of the soil tree.
Mysteries?
Oh yeah, there are a lot of odd rumors about this tree. I guess that's probably why it became the symbol of Saint Binah.
Yes. Why did just this one tree grow so large? Is it true that it's 2,000 years old?
I heard that way back, this tree was dying and all the other plants around it almost died as well.
Yes. That's why he's studying the relationship between the soil tree and the other plant life here.
That old guy spending his time doing something like that? Weird.
But the plants that grow in this city won't grow in any other region. That's the weird part, isn't it?
If that's the case, then this city may owe its prosperity to the soil tree.
Yes. That's probably part of what prompted the Field Marshal to study it.
This big tree smells the same as my home!
What? You think this is the same kind of tree as the one you live in? The plants in this city don't grow anywhere else, remember? What are you, stupid?
Colonel, what is it?
Interesting. The Field Marshal, too, may have arrived at a certain hypothesis.
What hypothesis?
It's a secret. By the way, Guy, you know an awful lot about this city.
I told you, I like reading about vacation spots. After a while, you learn a few things.
Well, I suppose we can leave it at that for now. Anyway, let's leave these maps alone. It wouldn't be nice to interfere with the Field Marshal's work.
I do have to say, I'm a little surprised they actually voiced that. That seems like the sort of thing that, at least to me, that they would leave just texted, and then you could infer the voices, or you could basically input the voices yourself. Okay, one thing I do want to do as we are leaving St. Binah is actually give a shout out. And I haven't done a shout out in some time since I was doing my Suikoden 2 playthroughs, so I might be a tad rusty. But I do want to do a shout out for a couple of channels who I really enjoyed watching the last few months really. And that is the channels of Stephen Plays and Stephen Vlog. Both run by Stephen and Mal George, who are some really good YouTubers. They've been around for a while, they're really popular folks. Stephen Plays is, by and large, the Let's Play channel of the two of them, and Stephen Vlog is, as you might surmise, their vlog channel, where they talk about everything going on in their lives, and it's really, both of them are really engaging. I really enjoy the way that they do their playthroughs. They do some where Stephen does plays by himself, and then there's some where the two of them actually go together. The one that they're doing together right now is Tulip, and, well, it is an odd game for the PlayStation 2, but it is a lot of fun, especially when Stephen does some of the really fantastic voices in it. Oh my goodness, it's a trip. He also does plays on BioShock and Magic Duels right now, along with lots of other games. It's really fun. Both of them are really good channels. If you haven't taken a look at them yet and subscribed to them, shame on you. You should be subscribed to them already. They're that good. Alright, so now let's go ahead and head out of here and make our way over to the town. Well, not the town of Kaitzur, not quite yet, but we gotta go to the Fouburg River first. I'm sorry to trouble you, but would it be alright if we stopped here to rest? Huh? Yeah, your face does look pale again. I'm sorry. You sure are a bother, you know. Hey guys, let's go to the inn. My, he has a kind side after all. That's the good thing about Luke. And he's equally rude and demanding to both servants and those above him. Ouch! Shut up! Alright, so we can't leave St. Binah just yet, so let's go to the inn and, well, pop in and see what's going on. Alright, I think we just have to stay here. Yeah, we just have to stay at the inn just to keep things going. So let's go ahead and go to the inn, and fortunately we don't have to pay for it, which is nice.
By the way, Ion, where did they take you when they abducted you from the Tartarus?
To the Sephiroth.
The Sephiroth?
The Sephiroth are the world's 10 most powerful phone slots.
They're the planet's vital points, places where memory particles, a kind of planetary fuel, concentrate, and phonons gather easily.
I knew that. You don't all have to launch into an explanation like I'm ignorant.
What did they do with the Sephiroth?
I can't say. It's confidential to the Order.
You always say that. It's really starting to get on my nerves.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, Jade, how are you feeling? Is your body okay? I mean, with that phone slot seal and all?
My strength is somewhat diminished. My body's phone slots have been sealed, after all.
You're so considerate, Master.
No, I'm not. It'd just be a pain if this old man keeled over on us, that's all.
Ah, you're blushing, Luke.
I am not.
Is it going to be difficult to undo completely?
A phone slot seal is like a lock with a code that changes periodically. I'm unlocking it little by little, but it looks like it will take a bit more time. Of course, my abilities are on a whole different level to begin with. Even after a partial drop, I don't imagine I'll have any trouble keeping up with the rest of you.
Man, you're obnoxious.
My apologies. It's my nature to be honest.
Huh. Well then, let's leave Ion in the hands of the great and powerful Colonel while we get some sleep.
That exhaustion has to be more than just a weak constitution. Could Ion be the same as Luke?
And on those cryptic words, we go to bed. Alright, so Luke finally gets his first decent bed, I guess, in a while. But we actually want to stay here again. And we still don't have to pay for it, which is nice. Because, well, you'll see in a second. Guy. Hey, Guy! What is it? Shh! Be quieter, they'll wake up. Come with me for a little bit. Oh, and don't forget your sword. What the heck? Sorry for dragging you all the way out here with me. And what can I do for you, dear Master Luke? Give me a hand with some sword training. What? What's up all of a sudden? I'm still not sure I can swing my sword against a human opponent without hesitating. I want to practice to get over that. You and I are the only ones who use swords, and besides, this is kind of embarrassing. You're the only one I can ask. Alright, I'll give you a hand, Luke. Learn yourself a new move or something and get right over that fear. Yeah, let's do it. Ready when you are. And from doing that, Luke has learned the move Sonic Thrust, which is a fairly good move. It's not a great one, but it'll serve you pretty well, at least in the beginning of the game anyway. So, now that we've gotten that in the bag, we're finally done staying at the inn. Wow, that came out a little higher pitch than it needed to. Alright, now that we have Sonic Thrust, the game automatically puts it in the down category. We'll keep it there for now. I'll probably end up moving it to the left-right category soon, but for now, we'll keep it there. Alright, so now that we have finally gotten through all of this, after a little bit longer than it would seem to have portrayed, let's make our way out of here and go to the Fouburg River, we think. Man, what am I going to do? I was headed for Axariuth, but the bridge on the road is broken. Are you heading south too? You can't use the bridge, so be careful. Oh well, I guess I'll head for Engave. See ya! So that is pretty much the hint that, well, we can't go across the bridge to Axariuth, which would have been nice. So we're gonna have to go through the Fouburg River, which means a little bit of a detour, not too bad though. If you want to, you can stop by the search point that's on its way down here. It's not too much of a diversion from where you're going actually. So if you're looking for more trade materials, you might want to go ahead and do that. But here it is over here, and there is Fouburg River right there. So let's go ahead, pick up a few things. And I still don't get the cotton. I'm glad I got it that one time. But now we need to head around the mountains the other way. And I guess while doing so, it was time for Tyr to level up, because she did. Alright, so basically just head around the mountains here, and then we will come to our next destination, which you can actually see by bringing up the world map by pushing down basically R3. The Fouburg River is south of Engave and south of St. Binah. It is actually right here, so let's go ahead and walk up to that weird looking thing and go in. Welcome to the Fouburg River. No extra little title to it, sorry.
Kimlaskan territory is just ahead, once we cross here, right?
Yeah, there's a city called Kaitzur after crossing the Fouburg River. That whole area is the demilitarized zone.
Man, I can't wait to get back. I'm sick of all this stuff.
Hang in there, Master. Cheer up.
Do you ever shut up? I thought I told you not to talk.
Mew.
Luke, don't take things out on Mew.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this, Luke.
Well, it sounds like Luke's done whining. Shall we be going?
What do you mean whining? Hey, stop ignoring me!
Yeah, Luke has still got some growing up to do, clearly. Alright, our next scene actually is going to start pretty much right here, but before we do that, let's torch some, well, weeds, I guess, and pick up an apple gel, which is always welcome in our adventure.
Luke, wait just a moment.
What is it, oh great leader?
Luke!
I've been watching you fight. It appears you don't have a firm grasp on proper phonon use.
Using phonons is what phonists do. I don't need to worry about that.
Did your master teach you nothing but brute force?
Don't make fun of Master Van. He didn't teach me that stuff because I don't need it.
Whatever the case, you don't know how to use phonons in battle, correct? In that case, I'd like you to learn so you can fight more efficiently.
Why the hell should I bother?
Luke, this man is a professional. If you want to survive, you should listen to what he has to say.
Yeah, professional killer.
Indeed I am. And conveniently enough, there's a monster. I'll teach you during a real battle. The phone slot seal has already reduced my abilities. I don't want any further dead weight.
This introduces the phonon, or the field of phonons system. And actually, I'm not going to listen to the explanation because I can just tell you easily enough. Basically, whenever Tyr or Jade or any magic user you have casts a spell, it can leave what they call a field of phonons, or basically a magic field on the battlefield. If you have abilities that mesh with that, you can use those abilities and turn them into more powerful ones. That's pretty much it. But I'd never hit no before, so I just wanted to see if it would do anything unique if I said no, and it turns out, well, no, it does nothing unique. Alright, let's go ahead and grab treasure while we're in the area, and then we'll battle some folks also. Apparently I need to use a magic lens in battle to be able to open that. Oh, good job, me. Alright, this way I think is... Alright, another treasure, yep. And we get money, which is always good. So head over this way, and it'll meet up with where we could have gone in the other direction. So we're not really missing too much here. Now, we can head over, try to head over at least in a couple directions, but the only one we can really go in is this one. So let's head through, and we will come to, well, the river. And our first battle in this area, which is
Damn, these things are
against
annoying.
a bunch of pole wiggles.
You should feel right at home.
And I guess I should have kept that line in whole scale before I popped up the magic lens menu. My bad. Now these pole wiggles can be really tough in a hard run. And the main reason I say that is not so much because they're really strong or anything. It's because there's a bunch of them at once. And if they start hitting you in multiple directions, you could be in trouble. Now, you'll notice I just used Sonic Thrust. Let me actually use it again so you can see it. That is the attack that we just picked up in the end. It's, like I said, it's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. Alright, so Luke leveled up, and Tyr had leveled up in one of those battles before, so we're moving along. Now you notice, of course, the river flowing here, and it actually will push you around a little bit. Not too badly, but it's certainly something you want to watch out for nonetheless. Now if we head down this way, we actually are going to run into more pole wiggles, so let me run around them. We will also, well, oh crud, I thought we were going to run into another enemy down here. We will actually run into another enemy up this way, though. Or we could just run into it in this screen, too. Alright, so I learned Raging Blast. Sweet. I like new abilities. Now, we haven't run across the Ribbit yet, so let me do the lens for them, and we can see all of their various and sundry statistics. You see the Ribbit is much more powerful. They tend to appear in smaller groups, so you'll want to, if you have them in a battle, you'll probably want to target the weaker members first, just to get them out of the way, until they decide, well, there's your first FOF change, actually. Until they decide to die, and then you can go after these bigger prey as you can. So, alright. Now, I don't think I have any abilities right now that can actually use a field of phonons. Now, the field of phonons that they're talking about is this right here. The glowing circles. If you see these little circles that look a lot more like what we have here, you can't really use them unless you employ a specific ability. We will get that ability later, but we don't have it yet.
We're done here.
So, it's not too bad. I mean, pretty simple battle all in all, as long as you can corral all the forces around you. Now, there is a third enemy that we will run into in this screen, actually, and I hope I can collect the treasure before I encounter him, just because I want to get the treasure. It is an Iron Mail, which is really good, as you might imagine, for defense at this point. Luke is still using his regular armor. This is much better, but like I mentioned before, you want to hang on to your weapons and armor and such, and do not sell them until later in the game. Alright, hello you. We have the Zombie and the Chirpy, so two new enemies at once, nice. Now you'll notice the Zombie is casting a spell, so you'll want to go after him first. You don't want him casting any magic, otherwise you're going to be in a lot of trouble, and I'm going to need to run soon. Yep, run away, run away! Just so, no, come on, attack me! Or get, well that works too, actually. Get him staggered here, and you're, okay. Actually, one thing I do want to point out also while I'm looking at it, you notice he has 1 hit point, but he's not dying. The main reason why is because enemies cannot be killed if they've been knocked on the ground. They have to be stood back up first, which is, I don't know, I don't like that too much. It doesn't really make much sense to me, to be honest. But we can go ahead and go after you, the Chirpy. Let me go ahead and do the magic lens for you while we're waiting to kill that other zombie. Now the Chirpies are going to be your typical bird enemies in this game, and they are, just like every other bird enemy in the game, a royal pain in the butt. Why aren't you killing him? There we go. Okay. So yeah, the Chirpies, all the bird enemies in this game are just pains in the tail. We will see this at one point in particular a little bit later.
You're weak.
You're a hack.
You're whack.
Well, I'm glad I got that little exit in this one, because it's one that you'll hear a lot in this game. Alright, so what did Guy get? Magic Guard. Okay, so that's fine. We've already gotten that with some of the other characters, I believe. I'll have to take a look. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look at these capacity cores and skills and such. Hello, Guy. I don't know if we've gotten Magic Guard yet, but... Oh, yeah, we have. Okay, yeah, squaring down. Alright. Now, I will also mention, just looking at the cooking menu, you notice Rice Ball has a star next to it. It takes approximately 30 cooks for a recipe or for an item to be fully mastered. So once it hits 3 stars, you can shift on to another recipe and cook with that. But for now, I think I'll stick with the Rice Ball. Now, I believe there is one more type of enemy that we can run across in this area, and I'll have to see if he pops up now, because he didn't pop up earlier, obviously. Come on, where are you? Oh, you're not there, clearly. You're not here either. He might be down this way, actually, so let me dash around. No. Well, I get treasure, that's nice, and I guess I'll have to fight this guy. Alright, well, simple enough. Jade actually learned Magic Guard in that battle, so definitely a good thing to have. Okay, oh, there's that enemy. Alright, let's go get him. Head over here, and skip past you, and we get our last new enemy of this area. The tortoise!
I know.
Now, this guy is a real pain in the butt. You don't want to mess with him. 1680 and has a resistance to physical attack, so he's definitely going to be a tough character. You will want to wait until he staggers before attacking him. Or if he makes like he's going to attack you, get out of the way!
We really had no choice.
That actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would, so go figure. Alright, so we've got pretty much all of the new enemies out of the way. Now we want to actually head down this way first because there's an item we can pick up here that we can't pick up if we go to the right. So go to the left, and we get a new skit. Thank you. Luke moaning about how he's getting wet. And we get the bracelet, which is an accessory that we can put on one of the characters here in their hand. I will go ahead and let's see. Well, I can't give it to Tyr, which is unfortunate. I'm actually going to give it to Luke, since Luke and Jade seem to have the same defense, which is just a crying shame. I mean, Jade's a magician. Luke is a physical fighter. He needs better defense. Alright, now that we've gotten this, or now we've gone this way, rather, we can go left, or excuse me, we can go right. Alright, so now we need to go to the right, basically down this way, and we can continue on to what amounts to the last screen of this little dungeon area. Pretty short, actually. But before we get to exit that, we have a scene.
A liger.
There's someone behind them as well.
It's Arietta the Wild. They found us.
I won't let you get away.
Arietta, please let us go. You understand, don't you? We can't let this war happen.
I want to help you, Ion. But those people are my enemies.
Arietta, they aren't bad people.
Yes, they are. They killed Mommy.
What are you talking about? When did we ever do something like that?
Mommy's home was burned, so she moved into the Cheagle Woods. She was just trying to protect her children, my brothers and sisters.
Could she mean the Liger Queen? But she's human.
She was raised by monsters after losing her parents in the Hod War. She was recruited for the Oracle Knights because of her ability to communicate with monsters.
Then the liger we killed was...
That was Mommy! I'll never forgive you! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth and kill you!
Cue the giant growing doll, basically.
It's an earthquake.
What's that mist?
It's the miasma.
Oh no! The miasma is deadly poison!
Ah!
This stuff kills you if you breathe it?
If you don't inhale a large amount over a long period of time, you'll be okay. Let's just get out of here.
Now what do? We can't run away.
Phonic hymns at a time like this?
Wait, Jade! That song! It's one of Yulia's phonic hymns!
The miasma disappeared.
I've applied a vibration identical to the inherent vibration of the miasma. It's a temporary shield. It won't last long.
The 7 phonic hymns left behind by Yulia. I'd heard rumors of them, but I heard that they were too difficult for anyone to decipher.
Worry about that later. We need to get out of here.
Yes.
Hey, stop! Why do you have to kill her?
If we let her live, she'll come after us again.
But how can you kill someone unconscious and defenseless?
You really are soft.
Shut up, you cold...
Jade, please let her go. Arietta was originally one of my Phone Master guardians.
Very well.
You don't mind if we at least move her so that the miasma won't hit her if it comes back, do you?
I don't think I can complain about that, seeing as how I'm already letting her live.
It won't hold much longer.
Let's go.
Alright, so we officially get the second of Tyr's phonic hymn abilities, Force Field. Force Field is really good, as you will see, because it negates damage for a limited amount of time when you're in its effects. Definitely a good spell, especially since Tyr is more of a fundamental healer than anything else. Alright, but we've got a couple of treasures to pick up while we're here, so let's go ahead and go after them. Get after you! And we pick up the orange gel, which is especially helpful because it's a more potent healing item than the apple gel. And then we move through this way, skip the tortoise. We've already fought one of them. I don't think we really need to fight another. And go after this treasure, which holds, if I can get it open here, another life bottle. Again, definitely hang on to those if you can. So there's nothing over, no, there's nothing over here. Okay, couldn't remember if there was or not. I think we have one last treasure before we make our way out of this place, and it is right over here where we pick up money, which we can definitely use. We've only got about 4 grand of it, so I've been spending a good bit of it on food. After that, though, we're pretty much done with this place, so we just go ahead and head out here and get back to the field. Alright, so we are now pointed to the town of Kaitzur, which actually I am going to leave for next time. So, next time on Tales of the Abyss, we will make our way south from here and head into the border town area of Kaitzur. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.